It was supposed to be just another thrilling matchup, but what happened during this game between Caitlin Clark and DiJonai Carrington has everyone talking. In a fast-paced, heated moment on the court, Carrington delivered what seemed like a routine foul, except this time, things went differently. As Carrington's hand reached out, it wasn't just a brush against Clark. No, this time, her sharp fingernails grazed dangerously close to Clark's eye, leaving her momentarily stunned. But was it an innocent accident? Or could it be that Carrington intentionally aimed to hurt one of the biggest stars in women's basketball? As the video replay went viral with fans analyzing every angle, the internet exploded with opinions. Some called it just part of the game, while others were convinced that Carrington had crossed the line. And just like that, social media became a battlefield. The debate didn't stop with the fans. Soon, some of the biggest names in sports media weighed in. Everyone from Stephen A. Smith to Shaquille O'Neal had something to say about the incident, and they didn't hold back. But one question still lingers. Did Carrington mean to give Caitlin Clark a black eye, or are we overanalyzing a split-second play in a high-stakes game? As we dive into this controversy, one thing is clear. This moment is about more than just a single foul. It's a snapshot of how women's basketball is evolving and how the world is watching more closely than ever. The foul incident play-by-play breakdown. The moment DiJonai Carrington's hand made contact with Caitlin Clark, the crowd's attention shifted instantly. It wasn't just any foul. Carrington's nails grazed Clark's eye, leaving her visibly shaken. Let's break it down. As Carrington reached in, her arm extended toward Clark's face, and what could have been a simple hand check turned into a more dangerous situation. Slow-motion replays show Carrington's fingertips curving inward, making direct contact near Clark's eye. From the camera angles, it's clear this wasn't just a minor brush-off. Fans watching at home and in the stands gasped at the sight of Clark wincing in pain, clutching her face. Was this just bad luck for Caitlin, or was there more to the story? Carrington's aggressive style of play has never been in question, but this moment raised eyebrows. As soon as Clark hit the ground, her teammates surrounded her in concern. On the other side, Carrington seemed unfazed, heading back to her position as if nothing had happened. The referees called the foul, but it wasn't enough to satisfy the crowd, who were expecting something more severe, like a flagrant foul at least. And here's where things get interesting. Stephen A. Smith didn't waste time weighing in, pointing out that Carrington's actions didn't appear accidental. According to Smith, Carrington's track record as a physical player speaks for itself, and this foul wasn't just a coincidence. To Smith, this was more than just a part of the game. It was an intentional play to throw Clark off her rhythm. Whether or not the refs saw it that way, the fans and media definitely had strong opinions about what went down. The debate over Carrington's intentions was only just beginning. Was she playing within the limits of the game's physical nature, or did she cross a line that deserves punishment? Analysts like Shannon Sharpe and Shaquille O'Neal also jumped in, further fueling the conversation. Sharpe, known for his no-nonsense takes, said Carrington knew exactly what she was doing, while O'Neal questioned whether the league's officials were truly holding players accountable for these kinds of incidents. This moment on the court became more than just a foul. It became the catalyst for a much larger conversation about the state of the WNBA and how it handles aggressive plays. Media and social media reaction. As soon as the foul happened, social media erupted. The video of DiJonai Carrington's hand making contact with Caitlin Clark's eye spread like wildfire across platforms. Twitter exploded with fans dissecting every frame of the replay, while Instagram was flooded with heated debates and memes. Some users quickly jumped to Carrington's defense, claiming it was just part of the game. Others were convinced it was a dirty play, calling for her suspension and labeling the foul as intentional. The media wasn't far behind. Sports analysts and commentators were quick to voice their opinions, turning the incident into a full-blown controversy. Stephen A. Smith, never one to shy away from bold takes, was among the first to speak out. On his show, Smith passionately argued that Carrington's foul wasn't an accident. He emphasized that Carrington's reputation as an aggressive player made it hard to believe that her actions were unintentional. According to him, the foul was calculated, designed to disrupt Caitlin Clark's dominance on the court. His fiery commentary set the tone for the discussion, sparking even more intense debate online. As opinions continued to flood social media and the airwaves, it became clear that this wasn't just about one foul. It was about how the game is played, how star players are treated, and what kind of accountability is expected from the league. Deeper issues in women's basketball. The foul involving Caitlin Clark and DiJonai Carrington sparked more than just outrage over a single incident. It brought to light some of the deeper issues within women's basketball. One of the most pressing questions raised by this controversy is whether star players like Caitlin Clark are being unfairly targeted due to their prominence in the sport. It's no secret that physicality is a major part of basketball, but when does aggressive play cross the line into something more dangerous? For many, this moment felt like a symptom of a larger problem. Caitlin Clark, a player who has drawn national attention for her electrifying performances, seems to face more than her fair share of fouls and aggressive plays. Is this just the natural consequence of being a superstar, or is there something deeper at play? Analysts like Stephen A. Smith argue that the WNBA needs to do more to protect its biggest stars. After all, if the league's most marketable players aren't safe from dangerous fouls, what message does that send about the sport's future? This incident also shines a light on the lack of media coverage and recognition that women's basketball receives compared to its male counterpart. Many believe that if the same foul had happened in the NBA, it would have garnered much more attention and sparked immediate action from league officials. The disparity in how the two leagues are treated by the media and the public continues to be a point of frustration for fans and players alike. Caitlin Clark's response. After the foul, all eyes were on Caitlin Clark, not just for how she would recover physically, but also for how she would respond emotionally. Would she address the foul head-on and call out DiJonai Carrington, or would she choose to rise above the controversy? In the post-game press conference, Caitlin showed the world why she's not just an elite player, but also a class act. She didn't take the bait. Despite the foul, Clark still managed to rack up 8 assists and continue making plays for her team, proving once again why she's one of the best in the league. Her refusal to get caught up in the drama only earned her more respect. While social media and the press continued to stir the pot, Clark stayed focused on her game plan and brushed off the noise. This ability to stay grounded in the face of controversy has become one of her defining traits. This calm, collected response only reinforced why Caitlin Clark is such a unique figure in women's basketball. She's not just talented, she's mentally tough, able to handle pressure and controversy without losing her cool. In a sport that's often overshadowed by its male counterpart, Clark is proving that she's a player who can elevate the conversation and set an example for others, both on and off the court. Fan reactions and ongoing debates. The conversation surrounding the Carrington foul didn't stop with the media. Fans were just as vocal, taking to social media platforms to express their frustrations, support, and opinions on the matter. On one side, you had the staunch defenders of Caitlin Clark, who believed that the foul was intentional and Carrington deserved a harsher punishment. Many fans felt the WNBA was failing to protect its star players, especially someone as crucial to the league's growth as Clark. Posts flooded Twitter and Instagram with fans showing their solidarity with Clark, sharing clips of her stellar performances, and even using the hashtag #JusticeForClark. Many saw this incident as symbolic of a larger problem in women's basketball, an issue of how the game's most marketable and talented players are being treated on the court. The debate wasn't just about the physicality of the game anymore. It became a discussion about fairness, accountability, and the future of the sport. The foul between DiJonai Carrington and Caitlin Clark has sparked a conversation far bigger than just a single game. It's about more than just physicality on the court. It's about how women's basketball is evolving and the challenges that come with it. The incident highlighted the growing attention on the WNBA and its star players, but it also brought up important questions about fairness, accountability, and how the game is officiated. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think Carrington's foul was intentional? Should the WNBA be doing more to protect its players? Or is this just part of the competitive nature of the game? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown of one of the most controversial moments in recent WNBA history, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more in-depth sports analysis. Stay tuned for more stories that dive deep into the heart of the game.